Hi guys, welcome to today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the previous video. Today we're going to continue with where we left off from our last video. As a form of recap, what we did in our last video was to create a Cakephp console application that we ran in Windows command to move data from a request table into a response table in a database. We're going to move it a step further in today's video. What we're going to do today is to move the task of manually running the application in Windows command prompt to the Windows task scheduler. We're going to automate the movement of the data from the request table into the response table using Windows task scheduler. There are two ways we can achieve this automation. We can use Windows task scheduler or cron job. Today we're going to concentrate on Windows task scheduler. In my next video, I will talk about how to achieve this same task using cron jobs. Let's start with today's video. Let me start my Windows task scheduler. What we're going to do is to create a Windows task scheduler to run our program. We click on create basic task. Before that, let me explain this to you. For some of you, you might have this place being blank. I already have some applications already running. I've already developed some tasks. That's why you see over here, you haven't seen some tasks over here. But if you open your task scheduler and you don't see anything, don't be alarmed. Let's go ahead and then create our task scheduler. Click on create basic task. Let's give our task a name. Let's call it job scheduler. Let's give it a description. Say move data from request table to response table. Click on next. Then we leave it at daily because we want our tasks to run every day. Click on next. The start date, we want our tasks to start today. As soon as we're done with creating the tasks, we want our tasks to start running. So we leave the date as today and then the time as it is. Click on next. And then our task is supposed to start a program. So we leave it at start a program. We go and browse where our program is. Our program is the Cakephp file in our Cake console application. So we go and browse for our Cakephp file. From your Cake root folder, you locate lib cake console and then you select this cake.bat file. This is the bat file that will run when the task scheduler runs. Anytime the task scheduler runs. If you remember in our previous video, this is the path that we put in our environment variable to enable us run the program in the command prompt. So we're not doing anything different from what we did in our previous video. Instead of putting the path in our environment variable, this time we're putting it in the Windows task scheduler wizard. Then here, add arguments. it's an optional. You can have a task scheduler which does not accept any argument, but for our program we accept argument. Again, going back to our previous video, in our command prompt we enter the keyword cake and then the name of the shell. The name of the shell in our case was job. Here, that is the argument that we pass in to the command. So we enter our argument over here as job. Then where are we starting our program? We start our program in the Cakephp folder. Again, going back to our previous video, before we run our application in the Windows console, in the Windows command prompt, we changed our directory to the Cakephp folder. That's the same thing that we're going to do over here. This time we're going to copy the path to the Cakephp folder and then we paste it in the start in field. So let's go copy our Cakephp folder. So we're already in our Cakephp folder. Copy this and then we paste it here. Click on next. Click on open the properties dialog for this task. When I click finish, we want the properties dialog box to open so we can make advanced settings as soon as we're done with this wizard. So we click finish and our property window is open. So we go ahead and make additional settings over here. Select run as logged on or not. We want the application to run whether the user we used in creating this task has logged onto the machine or not. And then select run with highest privilege. We want application to run with the highest privileges. Note that the user that you're using to create this task is supposed to have an administrative privileges, either than that your task might fail to run. So we click on triggers. Our triggers, double click on this, go to advanced settings, check repeat task. We want our task to repeat every minute, so we're going to select the 5 minutes and then change the 5 to 1. This will enable our task to run every minute, every day. Click on OK, and then we go to conditions. We want our task to run even if our computer is asleep. In that case, we check this wake computer to run this task. And then we want the task to also run whether the machine is running on the AC or on the battery power. So we uncheck this. Now click on OK. You'll be required to enter the password of the user that you used in creating the task scheduler. We're done creating the task. This is the task we just created. If you look at our last run results, the task has never been run. So to enable the task to run, we manually run it for the first time here. Then we refresh to see whether it has indeed run. Task is currently running, so we keep refreshing. The operation completed successfully. This means the task has completed running, and we are sure the task is working fine. Let's go into our database to insert a record in our request table and see if the record we are inserting now will move into the response table as soon as the task scheduler is run. I will insert the record Michael and then age 10. I save this. Because the task has run, as soon as I refreshed, the data has moved from the request table. Let's check whether it's in the response table. It's now in the response table. Let's add another data to check. Let's check our task scheduler to see the last time it ran. Fresh. Last run is 8:13 according to my time. The next run is supposed to be 8:14. So we keep refreshing until it runs at 8:14. Then we go and check our table to see whether our data has moved. Last run 8:14. So let's go to our table to go and check whether our data has indeed moved. This is the request table. Let's refresh the table. Our data has moved. Let's check our response table whether our data is there. Let's refresh and our data is there. Johnson 20. Done. So guys, this is how we can use Windows Task Scheduler to schedule most of our background applications. I hope you will enjoy this. In my next video, I'm going to show you how you can use cron job to achieve this same task. If you like this video, subscribe, and you have any questions, put it in the comments and I'll respond. Thank you. Bye bye.